Meeting's being live streamed. Got it.
Okay.
During the live stream. Tick, ticky, tick, tick, tick. So I'm just going to get our theme music ready.
Hold on.
Oh, I can't hold on, man. We're
Okay,
on
go.
live stream. Got it.
Okay.
During the live stream. Tick, ticky, tick, tick, tick.
What's that all about?
Got it.
Presented by Silver City Brewery, the podcast for Seattle Kraken fans by Seattle Kraken fans. Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. There's our theme music. All right, I got it ready. I got to make sure there's a little bit of a delay here. So this is our first live presentation on YouTube. In the past, we have been on YouTube, but there's been a little tape delay. I mean, we're from 30 minutes to 2 hours later. So anyway, we're just trying to learn. We figured, we finally figured this out, but it just took us a whole season. It's Chris Porter here, along with Jim Cockrell, and we hope Lou Chelios will be joining us in a little bit. We're expecting him. Nathan Gunderson is out traveling the world, hanging out in Vegas Golden Nightland, although I think he's on his way back now. But so we don't have him. But we thought, so much trade and transaction happenings. And right after this great fun game. We always have fun watching the Kraken, but it's not always a fun game as far as victory is concerned. And after losing 2 games to the Arizona Coyotes earlier this year, I can't believe that finally took them the third time to win, but handily won. Good old Carson Soucy. I don't know. I turned it off, before they, gave the stars of the game, but Soucy better have one there. 2 goals, made some nice defensive plays too. So further solidifying him in the lineup as I had hoped and expected. So anyway, Jim, before we get that, well, let's talk a little bit about the game before we get over to the transactions and trades and stuff. What you caught the game tonight, huh? How about
I did.
I thought
it was pretty solid effort all the way around. I was a little concerned there late in the first and pretty much a lot of the second, actually, on some of the transition game was getting pretty whacked there for a while. But they held tight. Like you said, Soucy, what a shot he's got. That's an underrated shot. And we've seen that before. What's he got, 9?
Yep. I'm surprised it's not more.
Yeah. And it's like a halfway between a wrister and a snap. And it's just always top corner. Beautiful. A lot of the guys looked really good. Obviously, our new pickup Sprong looked solid.
Hey,
really,
yeah. Welcome to the team, buddy.
Yeah. It's pretty evident that he's got full green light to release a shot whenever he can in any seam, which, he was shooting a lot right away. I noticed that. And then of course he got that goal, and he's got a really nice, tight, in close, quick release kind of, so that was impressive.
And then Geeky with one, although that was an easy goal. God, the terrible laps. I was gonna say, I've been waiting for that big, 100-mile-an-hour one from Geeky. I didn't really need it on that one. God, the Coyotes D was asleep on that.
Yeah, no, it was nice to get him on the board. I think I kind of razzed him on that one. I said something like about time 67 or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally. Well, hey, great to see that, whatever, they get a little win, and there's only, I guess 18 or so games left, and all we can kind of hope is, can you finish a little, finish decently, so a little momentum, giving some further hope and positivity for the future. So that was cool to watch that game. Kind of cool also, so much happening. And it's tough, losing some players you like is a little bit like, tearing off a Band-Aid, but it's the kind of thing that it's going to happen. And most of these, I wouldn't say all, but most of these transactions did not surprise us. Let me go down those first. I guess I think I have them kind of in chronological order, give or take. The first big one was Kelly Yarncroc, who was thought to be traded, coming up. The Kraken received, this is to the Calgary Flames. For Kelly Yarncroc, Kraken got 2022 second round pick, a 2023 third round pick, and a 2024 seventh round pick. So Ron Francis starting the draft pick hoarding here, and it's just the beginning. Shortly after that, as we all knew, Mark Giordano was going to get let go. He goes to his hometown, so he has to be happy about that. The Kraken sent Mark Giordano, expected and understandable. Colin Blackwell added to that trade, which I didn't personally like. I understand this debates on that one, but I'm sorry to see Colin go. But Kraken did receive more picks, 3 more, a 2022 second round pick, 2023 second round pick, and a 2024 third round pick. Next up, Kraken traded Jeremy Lauzon to the Nashville Predators. They received a 2022 second round pick. Then Mason Appleton goes back to his old team, Winnipeg Jets. Kraken received a 2023 fourth round pick for Mason. Then Kraken trade Marcus Johansson, considering the whole contract situation, not surprising. Thought we're just going to get draft picks from his 20, and that was part of it, 2022 fourth round pick and a 2023 sixth round pick. But they also threw in Daniel Sprong, one of the few, or actually, I think he's the only Dutch guy in the NHL. He's from Amsterdam. Daniel Sprong coming from the Washington Capitals. So Caps Kraken trade there. Lastly, as far as the trade thing goes, a trade for with the Minnesota Wild for future considerations for Victor Rask, who is not with the Kraken right now. He's actually reported to Charlotte Checkers in the AHL, although I suspect we'll probably see him up with the Kraken eventually. Lastly, this was not a trade, but Derek Pouliot claimed off-rate waivers. He was waived by the Vegas Golden Knights earlier, and the Kraken picked him up. So, yeah, Jim, Yarncroc, there was that rumor. Giordano's been rumored for a while. Blackwell, I'm not shocked, but I didn't expect that one. Lauzon, who I never personally felt fit in great. I know he had a physical presence, and I like the guy, but I've never really felt he fit with the Kraken great. First half of the season, I felt it was his line. There was a lot of goals were their fault. So I didn't, I understand seeing him go. Mason Appleton, not shocking to me. Marcus Johansson, because of his contract situation, not shocked. A little surprised that Victor Rask, Daniel Sprong, and Derek Pouliot you picked up. I just thought maybe they bring up some more of the Charlotte guys. But yeah, what are your thoughts on these trades?
Well, let's start at the top. Yarncroc, like you said, I think it was a piece all along from very, very early. His value was good. He came on late, so the value was good, and it's evident in the return. Gio was known. The Blackwell thing, collective fan base is probably a little more upset about that than anything, I believe, and that's because he was pretty hot, and he was pretty clutch there in the last 6 weeks of the season for sure, leading up to it. So that was kind of tough to see him go. He was almost another Tanev type character on the ice in a way. So he was very likable. So that hurts a lot of the people, fan base, especially the newbies that were latching onto him. Lauzon, that was the lottery winner for sure, to be able to pull a second on that. That surprised me, actually. So the GM did a good job there for sure. I don't know what he did, but man, Appleton, I had early on, remember Appleton was injured. Took him a while to get back. It was a mystery. And then I think he went through some COVID stuff, but we didn't get to see him for a while. And then he finally showed up. It's like, oh, okay. And he actually was producing fairly well considering, but he was getting lined up everywhere. Second, third, fourth lines. He was kind of just typical Haxtell moving folks around. I had him shipping out probably earlier than anybody because I thought he would be attracted to a lot of teams. So having him on there was a no-brainer, but I thought he would be like the first, like a while back. You talked about the Sprong, Pouliot, and Rask situation. Those are always oddball pickups when you see them because they're bottom six guys any way you look at it. And you got to fill that roster instantly with what you lost, as far as roster men, you lost technically what, 6? Yeah. So you got to backfill quick and, you either do it now or you're going to do it in the summer anyway with FAs or some, waivers. So that's your typical situation. Pouliot looked good tonight. His numbers aren't dazzling when you look back on him. He's quick. He's got that great shot, but his numbers are not dazzling. The others, we'll see what's going on here. Pouliot was actually a first rounder, 8th overall. He's 28 years old. He's kind of been around a little bit, so we'll see. He's got some local roots playing junior for Portland Winterhawks. So, and Victor Rask, as you know, he's on the down cycle in the AHL system. So we'll see how that pans out.
He's been around for a while. I was like, oh, Victor Rask, I know him. He's had a solid career, but yeah, he's a little on the downside.
It's funny because when they announced his name, I'm well aware of him, but I wasn't sure what he was doing. And so when I found out, I was like, oh boy, he's been down in the A and all this. I thought, oh, that's kind of surprising. So maybe this will rehash it out, get some minutes down or something. Grading the whole Ronnie's work, it has to be a B plus, maybe even an A minus in our own perspective locally, but in the NHL thing, probably a B minus, a B plus. So I'm pleased. The amount of volume that he did was impressive. What we were able to return, what was it, 23 in the first 2 years of the draft and 32 overall. A lot of those being 2 and 3 round and some 4th, and there's some late stuff to help build that AHL Charlotte situation, or it'll be
ECHL
Coachella that by then. So he did a real nice job actually. So I'm pleased. I'm curious to see what they do now. He's got such a stockpile. I'd like to see him utilize, and he said he's got different options, but I'd like to see some marquee, 1 or 2 marquee names step up, whatever it takes, whether it takes a third of those picks or whatever over the next 2 years. I'd like to see something like that happen. So
yeah, because these can be trade chips. A lot
totally.
Of people assuming, they're going to be picking more picks, not necessarily.
Yeah, those second, third rounders definitely can be chips.
Yep. Hey, we got Lou Chelios just joined us, live from Canada. He's got his chip on. It's like, Lou, unmute yourself because I had to mute you when you came in. It was a little unmute yourself, buddy, and then we'll get you on here.
Mute. Here we go.
There you are. All right.
Up in Canada, sponsored by Tim Hortons. How's it going? Having a little coffee brew after a Kraken win.
Oh man, yeah. How about Seuss on that game? We'll go back to the trade stuff and everything.
Sure, I just joined you guys, so bring me up to speed. What's going on tonight? And
we just we did a little game recap. You didn't miss too much, and then we've just been going over all the trades and just our thoughts on it. Jump on in. What do you think of on how Francis is done?
All right. Well, I've settled down a little bit. I was looking for some first rounders because I'm competitive. I'm a hockey player and I want, to get really good fast. But yeah. Ronnie Francis came out yesterday with an incredible interview and he just laid it on the line. He said there was no way we were going to get any advantage coming in after Vegas. And there just weren't any trades available at the expansion draft. And he said, in fact, teams were trading players away before Seattle could pick from the rosters. And he said, that was kind of expected, but when it happened, it really changed the whole strategy of going into picking a team. So I don't know. I woke up tonight watching this team and it's like training camp. We lost 6 guys and we've got some new blood. And I think some of the guys like Morgan Geekie, 2 points tonight. Well, he showed that in training camp and we were looking, people were buying Morgan Geekie's jersey and saying, this guy's going to be a 20, 30 goal scorer. And then he went dry. He's had a tough year. He got a chance to play tonight and got the 4th goal tonight, set up on the game-winning goal, I believe. So a kid like that's going to be rejuvenated with a little bit more opportunity, a little bit more pressure on him, and Hacks is maybe going to tap him on the shoulder more often and say, we need a goal when it's 2-2. Let's get out there and show us what you can do. And sometimes a young guy just needs a little bit opportunity and confidence, and then his game will take off. So a lot of emotions. I know you guys were talking about the game tonight, the win. Look to me on streaming live on my phone, different game than at the Climate Pledge Arena at the Glass or up in you guys' good seats. Different game than on TV. Watching it on a little iPhone, and I don't know, reminded me of college hockey. Pretty sloppy, pretty easy to make passes, get across the blue line tonight. And at least we had a chance to score some goals, and we put that biscuit in the net tonight. So a confidence builder for the team.
Yeah, I
But
mean, it was
remember-
good to see Susie. I mean, who I think has been solid most of the
Yeah.
year. So I like to see him in the Kraken uniform for a while. Sprong comes in. Hey, welcome to the team,
Hey.
buddy. You know, he gets that one. And Geeky, since you were talking about it before you got on, I was like, you know, because Geeky did so well in the skills competition there with a 100-mile-an-hour or whatever slap shot, which we don't see much of in a game.
That's
And then he
right.
gets a goal today, but it was at the be to you with your
Open
point about
net.
college hockey. That was such an awful Coyotes D lap. So
Yeah.
how could he not get a goal?
Well, you know, it was the bottom feeders Kraken against Coyotes. Somebody had to win, and I think the Coyotes fans might be happy losing because, you know, everyone's thinking about the draft lottery now. And to be honest, we all are talking a little bit about it. It's in the back of our mind, and we now moved ahead of Montreal and Arizona for a day, so we're now a bottom 3 team. But it felt good to Grubauer got 2 wins in a row, and he only gave up 2 goals 2 nights in a row, running with a 2.0 average now. And the defense, we're okay without Mark Giordano. We got Carson Soucy.
Yeah, but
this year.
I noticed Fleury went down the tunnel. I wonder if they're going to be calling Carrick up or something.
That's right. Or Cale Fleury, maybe he's played okay on the road trip that one time.
Yeah, so I'm curious what. I mean, we're lacking.
It's nice
we're
to
low.
see Hayden in there. I'm like, all right, well, you got to play him now. You just got rid of guys. You know, he's been sitting a little too much, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, we're low on the roster count anyway, so you know something's going to have to happen.
Okay, so yeah, I was watching that penalty on Hayden Fleury. Okay, takes the guy down by that. Then the guy sticks him in the face. Should have been a 4-on-4 right there. And then I don't know if that was his injury, if you got a stick in the nose or the eye or something. But did you see the injury? Do you think?
I didn't. I did see he took a nice check earlier in the game. I was wondering if it was a combination of a couple things. So
could be.
Didn't
We'll
seem
find out.
obvious. Yeah, but.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, the guys have 2 wins in a row. Detroit, you know, mediocre Detroit and a poor Arizona team, and those are the games that we always thought they should be winning anyway.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah.
So, but they got some tougher tests here. 2 games in a row in Los Angeles. Weird quirk of the schedule here.
Yeah.
March 26th and 28th. Then back here for Vegas. Speaking of quirk, two home games against Vegas. So and then
back-to-back home series. Yeah.
Then a Dallas game at home afterwards. So anyway, whatever. We're just seeing some hockey. You know, obviously no playoff team, but can they show some stuff a little bit and bonding and you know, maybe Grubauer and Drieger can, you know, finish off the season and getting their stats up a little bit and, you know, something to build from. But
Get some confidence. Okay, I did want to jump in on Carson Soucy. So I'm up here in Canada, and like on trade deadline day, they go live on TSN and Sportsnet, all the radio stations across Canada and TV. And it's a great place to be for 6 or 7 hours on trade deadline day. And after we had made 6 moves, and I'm writing these things down in my little book, and I'm like, okay, we got 3 draft picks for Yarncroc. Geo turns into Blackwell and Geo for 3 picks. I'm like, okay, we're picking up draft picks. All of a sudden, I look at the trade board after a couple hours. Carson Soucy's name pops up in the top 10 on the NHL trade list.
I saw
And
that.
I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, you cannot trade away Giordano, Lazon, and throw guys like Carrick.
Who said that? I saw some little
that's
blip
just-
on that. Where did that come from?
Edmonton created that nonsense. You
You
know,
think
it's
so?
just I mean, it's
They
just,
wanted them.
It's so it is. That's what it turned out to be. That because it was just chatter everywhere on Edmonton boards. So
Wow.
that's all it takes, right?
Yeah.
Well, we had our best non-trade ever, not trading Carson Soucy away because he goes out tonight and puts 2 upstairs where Mama keeps the cookies. And the guy's got an NHL shot from the blue line, and he's 6'5". He's hard to replace. So
Yeah.
I'm so glad we didn't move him. It was one of those things that we're just getting rid of everybody. Anybody offers us some draft picks.
Yeah, the only guy I thought might go and didn't, although maybe because he was said no, maybe they tried Donskoy. Yeah, I was going to say I thought he was gone, but you know, injury and whatever, they might not have been a good offer for him. I'm guessing.
You know, unless he gets hot next year, he's gone this time next year because he's got 2 left on his contract. So,
and I think it comes down to we didn't get very much of an offer for him because he's really pointing. So I think if we got a 2nd round draft pick offer, he would have been gone. I think just take it, start over, and move on. Guy has just been, I would say, awful. I mean, I see the guy come in. He's quiet. He leaves the games early. Well, I shouldn't say some of this stuff, but you know, the guy just kind of mailing it in. He's got a little baby, and somebody told me that his baby was wearing a Colorado Avs jacket a few weeks ago, and I'm like, come on, man, you're in Seattle. You got to be wearing the Kraken gear. Put the Kraken stuff on your little baby, but I'm not sure. True, but
well, I mean, that gets us like, I mean, if all that's true, I mean, you know, and this is just with any athlete, you know, you're on a very losing team, you're having a much poorer year than you had in recent years, you know, the attitude is going to be down. So but whatever, we'll see what happens. Hopefully the guys that we like, you know, that are showing some fire, like Susie, like Larson, like McCann, Gord, etc. You know, the Donato. Well, there's some good stuff out of those guys.
That's taken over that top spot from Giordano nicely. He's got 21 assists now, and he's proven to be a top defensive unit power play guy. So,
well, just wait till this summer. You know, when that UFA money starts rolling, all that big cap money. So, you know, I think we'll be just fine.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, hey guys, we'll wrap it up and everything.
All right.
Yeah, get the Kings games and everything. Great to do this on YouTube. These little check-ins. We meant to do more of these throughout the year, and it just hasn't worked out. But it's good to do this. We do have another. Do check us out on KrakenFancast.com, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Our latest episode just came out a few days ago, and then we'll have another one in probably another 10 days, 2 weeks or so. We're up every couple of weeks here on Kraken Fancast. So thanks for tuning in, folks, on our YouTube channel. We'll try to do a little more of this in the future. And this Saturday, a bunch of us will be at the Angry Beaver watching the Kraken LA Kings game. We'll probably do a little drop and then YouTube drop in from that one as well. So all right, as always, you know, no matter how it goes, go Kraken, everybody.
Go Kraken.
Kraken. Cheers, mate.